everybody, welcome to an all-new GTTV. I'm Jeff Keighley, this week in Chicago, and we are going inside the brand new Mortal Kombat tonight and revealing a new character for the first time with our good friend Ed Boon, of course, the creator of Mortal Kombat. This is a brand new Mortal Kombat coming in 2011. We all remember Mortal Kombat from back in the day. What's new about this one?
You know, in a lot of ways, it's weird. What's new is what's old. You know, this is Mortal Kombat returning back to everything that was kind of, defined Mortal Kombat. Last game we did was a T-rated game. It had some guest characters. It really created a void of people wanting to see Mortal Kombat come back to its roots.
So this is hardcore, it's bloody, it's gritty, over-the-top fatalities.
It's 2D gameplay. It's Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 characters. It's everything that you remember from Mortal Kombat with today's technology. Couldn't be more excited about it.
Yeah, well, you guys have slowly been revealing details on this game over the summer. New characters, new stages, new fatalities. When you look at all the features in this game, which ones are you most excited about?
I'm most excited about kind of going back to the 2D gameplay. That's really been like a lot of what people have been asking us for, so we're really delivering back. Obviously, I think players are going to be most excited about fatalities, and kind of we have some crazy over-the-top fatalities that really kind of redefine what intense fatality should be like in Mortal Kombat. But to me, the 2D gameplay is really what's going to hook people in.
Now, you got this new thing with X-ray fatalities, right? Or X-ray moves, I guess, right now.
Yeah, the X-ray move is kind of like, we have this power bar, and you can use it for, like, breakers, or you can enhance your special moves, but if you want to save it all up, you unleash this insane move that does internal damage. And so kind of the skin peels away, you see the bones inside the body, you see them breaking, and so that's like the most, easily the most devastating move we put in any Mortal Kombat game.
Tonight, we are revealing a classic character the fans may have been anticipating could be in here, but you're confirming it tonight, right?
Yeah, Jax is in Mortal Kombat.
Bring it!
He's bigger, he's more badass than ever. He's got insane fatalities. In MK2, he had this fatality where he'd clap on the guy's head, and the head would explode and he'd fall over. And another one where he'd pull the guy's arms off. So we combined the two, so he claps the guy's head, pulls his arms off, throws him on the ground. It's pretty disturbing. You guys are going to have a good time watching that one.
Now, Jax, he's in his environment is this this subway, right? Which is something that people remember from Mortal Kombat as well.
Yeah, that's another, I guess another thing we're going to be introducing here is the subway. And, Mortal Kombat's always had this kind of subway fatality where you knock the guy in the trains and he gets hit by the trains, and it's, nice violent, but this is really taking it to the next level.
He holds him there.
Yeah, he holds the guy's head.
Car by car.
Exactly, he holds the guy's head as the train's passing by, and he's going bang, 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 it's breaking the windows, causing the streaks of blood on the train, and then he throws him to the other side where another train's passing and just happens to hit him square on.
Now, how many characters are we going to see in this game? Because I know you've announced a bunch of them. I'm sure there are more to come still, right?
Yeah, we're actually still working on the roster. We haven't even really finalized that down. It's probably going to be somewhere in the 20s or something like that. But we don't have a final number, although DLC is going to play a big part of it. So you're going to see characters coming even after the game is released.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We're going to see some big boss characters in this one?
Absolutely. A lot of, if you think of the first 3 Mortal Kombat games, what were your favorite characters? Who do you really associate with those? There's a pretty good chance it's going to be in the game.
Bring it!
Hey, we're back on an all-new GTTV, and tonight it's all about fatalities and Mortal Kombat, and I'm here with Hector. Hector, you've been working on these Mortal Kombat games for a number of years, and this one is sort of a return to the roots, so we're going to see all our favorite classic characters in this?
Yeah, if you have a favorite character from MK1, 2, and 3, kind of the golden age of Mortal Kombat, there's a pretty good chance that that character is going to be in the game, but he might be, or he or she, or it might be displayed in a different way that you're not used to.
Interesting. So, does that mean they'd have like a different costume on, or different moves? Or?
All of the above.
So there are some twists, because we've seen a lot of the characters so far. They've been like a dozen. I mean, they're sort of the typical ones that you'd expect.
Yeah, it's a challenge, but it's a challenge that I think the artists on the team are really embracing, because we have these kind of iconic characters that have been built up over the years. Like Mortal Kombat has 18 years of lore and history kind of behind it. So, how do you kind of make Johnny Cage the 2011 Johnny Cage? So we've taken it a little bit further and kind of accentuated the real personality traits for each one of them. So we think the fans are going to be happy. We would hope so, at least.
Got you.
This MK game is sort of a retelling of the story between Mortal Kombat 1 and 3, right? The alternate universe?
Yeah. Basically, the storyline is a continuation of the events of Armageddon, which is the last canon-based Mortal Kombat game. You know, in Armageddon, there was this huge battle at the Pyramid of Argus.
Right.
And Shao Kahn emerges victorious at the end, is about to strike Raiden down with kind of a final blow and become the emperor of all of the realms. And basically, you know, the end of the world as we know it, because he's kind of a big jerk, right?
Yeah.
So with the last bit of energy that Raiden has, he actually sends these kind of images to the Raiden of the Mortal Kombat 1 era with kind of an understanding, well, the Raiden of Mortal Kombat 1 is actually trying to understand where these visions are coming from, and he kind of surmises that he can't let events unfold as they have in the future so that he can kind of avoid Armageddon.
Excellent. All right. Well, we can't wait to see that. Now, let's talk about the arenas where these guys are going to fight, because, you know, arenas are such a key part of Mortal Kombat. We're going to have fatalities in a couple stages, but not all of them, right?
Yeah, we're going to use stage fatalities where they make sense. Obviously, you know, we have some of the more iconic arenas from MKs 1, 2, and 3, but bringing those elements into 2011 has been like a really cool thing. So an arena like the Living Forest, you know, obviously that was a really huge fan favorite back then, but we're actually to add a little bit more depth this time around, and with our Gobo lighting system, we're actually able to cast shadows through the vines. You can actually see shadows of the bodies hanging in the kind of the background. These are visions that have been dancing in these guys' heads for like 18 years, but now we're actually able to kind of bring it to 2011.
Welcome back to GTTV, and tonight nothing can prepare you for Mortal Kombat. It's coming back in 2011, and now I'm here with Hans, who's the producer of the game. Hans, let's talk about the fans and what they've wanted in this Mortal Kombat. Lots of requests over the years. What were they telling you online?
Oh, wow. Well, I think the biggest thing that we've gotten back is, you know, everybody's been really asking for sometimes going back to the 2D fighting plane. It plays much quicker, faster. It also allows us to do some things tech-wise, focus on, you know, better graphics and cool.
More detail, better fatalities.
Better fatalities, interactive backgrounds, you know, things going on in the backgrounds as you're playing. It allows us to bring out, like, a whole new level to the game.
The game is not coming until next spring, but you put a lot of footage online, and you guys have a podcast as well, right? For fans on the Mortal Kombat website?
Yeah, we call it the MCast, and it's usually hosted by Hector and myself, but we also try to bring in other guys on the team, and it's kind of our way to let the community know what we're doing, what's going on with the studio, the game, as well as to answer some of the questions, because, you know, they always have questions like, what's going to be the cool things about the game? Or are you looking at, you know, mini games? Are you going to bring back Test Your Might? You know, there's all these questions. You know, we want
And
to
the answer is?
Yes, no, maybe, depends.
Test Your Might. Is Test Your Might going to be back?
Well, you know, there's always a chance that it could make a reappearance.
Because we know there are going to be mini games, right?
Yes, definitely. We're going to have some mini games, and we're going to have a lot of surprises in there for people. So it should be cool.
Right now, I'm here with Steve, who's the art director of this reboot of Mortal Kombat. Steve, this kind of returns back to the classic look and feel of the original Mortal Kombat. Where did you want to push the art direction for this game?
We wanted to get more of a gritty, dirty feel than we have in the more recent MK titles.
And bloodier.
And bloodier.
So let's talk about the characters and sort of where they're going in this game. It is sort of a return to the roots of Mortal Kombat. So how are you sort of reimagining the characters for the next generation?
It's always a challenge because, you know, you got your hardcore fans that if we change the costumes too much, they get pissed off. A lot of the early costumes were so simple. You know, like if you look at Scorpion's original costume, it's, you know, yellow cotton, black pants, and, you know, ninja mask. We really had to, you know, turn it up, but you can't go too crazy with it. So we concept everything like ridiculous amount. Scorpion's a good example where he's such a fan favorite that we spent a lot of extra time on it. You know, so we probably went through at least 20 iterations before we finally arrived at the finished one.
Sub-Zero.
So what are some of your favorite sort of moments so far from an art perspective in this game?
I think the thing I'm proud of the most was our character damage. We just really wanted to push it. In this game, you know, we're getting like gouges, you know, people's faces are getting ripped off. There's, you know, dangling eyes and
blood all over the face.
Yeah, so we're spending, you know, ridiculous amount of time on the character, and we spend just as much time, you know, kind of
rough them
damaging.
up.
Yeah, and it shows. You know, when you get in close to like a victory, for instance, you'll see that nasty damage.
Hey guys, guys, we're back here in Chicago going inside the brand new Mortal Kombat, and now it's time to get to your questions on Twitter for Ed Boon about the game. And you can follow me at Jeff Keighley and, of course, at Game Trailers. And Ed, you're on Twitter, right?
Yep, Noob D, which is Ed Boon spelled backwards.
All right, well, let's take a look at some of your questions for Ed. At iHeartShinobu asks, I want to know if tag team fatalities is something you thought about including.
We've absolutely thought about including, and we haven't even ruled it out yet. You know, I think it's all going to be based on, you know, time and balancing the characters and all that, but it's definitely something we've thought of.
So could still make the game?
Quite possibly.
Okay, and the next question comes from at PeterYoung87, and he says, in the single-player mode, are you going to play as just one character, or is it going to be a number of them that you're playing?
No, you play as a whole bunch of characters, actually. We're going to have different chapters where you're playing one character. You might be playing as Johnny Cage, and then you play several fights. You see the story unfold with him, and then you might hand it off to someone like Katana, and then she might take it on from there. So you play as a number of characters in the game.
Well, Ed, thank you for answering those Twitter questions. The fans cannot wait for this game. One other question I had for you was the animation of the game and these fatalities. How do you guys actually animate them? Because I know you have a brand new mocap facility here, right?
Yeah, we have a great motion capture studio that we just get guys in these suits with these sensors on, and then they basically do the performance of, you know, ripping somebody's head off. Or
can I do that performance today? Can I put the suit on? Can you design a fatality for me, the Keighley fatality?
Absolutely. We should get back there right now.
What's my fatality going to be?
Well, we can give you one of the classic ones.
Maybe a stick mic I can wrap around something.
Yeah, or Sub-Zero's classic where you tear the guy's head off or anything like that. We can just see what we come up with here.
Sub-Zero wins.
I'm now here inside the MK motion capture studio with Carlos. You're in charge of what goes on here. You make the motion capture for the story mode and also for gameplay, right? The fatalities are made here?
Yes, and they're sexy as hell.
You're proud of your fatalities. Carlos, it's always been a dream of mine to be in a Mortal Kombat game. Do you think I could put on the mocap suit and do a fatality?
Yeah, I think you got what it takes.
What fatality am I going to get to do?
Let's see. Sub-Zero, classic.
Little spine rip? I can do that. All right, let's do it.
Yes.
That's it for this week on GTTV, but if you want to see all that exclusive new footage of Mortal Kombat in high definition, head on over to GameTrailers.com.
Fatality.
For also GT, I'm Jeff Keighley. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Keighley.